Well, hello there. I am Slash Raptor, and this is another vlog. So you may or may not remember that, like 11 years ago, back in season 3, I did a video where I went to the pet store and I got some frogs, and then eventually I added to that tank that I had, and I ended up having like quite a large aquarium, but I don't have any of that, and I cannot actually have pets in this building. But I did ask when I moved in, and I can have fish. I wanted to get a goldfish or a couple, and then my mom went because she lives across the street from one, and for me it would be like a large journey. And if I was going to get a goldfish, I know that they come in those little bags, and I didn't want to have to like cart a goldfish all the way back home because I don't know how long they can survive in that little bag. So she ended up going to the Pet Value on my behalf and drove it over here so that it wouldn't be in there very long. But they only had Betta fish, and the sign-up saying that they're not selling anything besides Betta fish for the foreseeable future, and because of reasons. So all I could get was a Betta. So I now have him in a very boring case, or a very boring tank by comparison. I was going to name the goldfish Brock, and I'm kind of still reserving that nickname for the goldfish. And then if I get a male and if I get a lady goldfish, that one's going to be Misty. Brock and Misty. See, I know they weren't a couple on the show, but I think they're cute names for fishes. So this guy is he's like a moon-tail blue Betta, which is basically the Siamese fighting fish. And Betta, you can't put them in another tank with other Bettas. So now I've just upgraded to this actual tank, and this tank is specifically designed for Bettas, and it even comes with little LED lights on the lid of the tank. But because it's a Betta, I have to put filtered water in there. I guess I don't think I did that with the other fish, but I think maybe goldfish are not as affected by tap water, because that's what I was using for the entirety that I had those fish. But with this one, you have to do like a process to the water. So originally I had been using these guys, which is almost a liter, and this is pre-conditioned Betta water. But this is only a liter, and that tank, the new one, is like 4 liters. So what we did instead was we got this natural spring water. Actually, I have 2 of these because each one of these is 2 liters, and a gallon is a little bit more than like a gallon is about 3.7 liters, so I'm going to put both of these in that tank. So that one has already been treated with this, so I'm just in the process of doing another one, and it's kind of weird because that whole thing is supposed to be able to treat this whole thing, because it says you put 5 millimeters, otherwise known as 1 cap. Oh wait, no. This is the cap. Oh, okay. Well, I don't think it's going to be that big of a deal because, well, I should probably add a little bit more now that I think about it, but not too much more. Because I've already added the white cap full, so I don't know what that's going to be. So I have to take this off. And then we're just going to put a little bit of water, a little bit of this in here. That should be good. Maybe a smidge more. Okay. So now we should shake that up again. And then I gotta do the same thing for the other jug. It's very hard to shake a jug when it's so full that it doesn't really feel like the water's, displacing and like getting all over the place. So I'm just gonna have to hope for the best. But Betta fish actually have something called a labyrinth, and it's basically lungs that allows them to breathe air. I don't know how long they can breathe air with their labyrinth, but they can breathe air. So that's going to be useful because I guess that also means that they're also known for being tolerant of poor quality water, but I don't want to give him poor quality water. So I think that should be good. I'm gonna go do the other one now. We also have these for the Betta. So one of these is gonna sink, and one of them is gonna float. So this guy's gonna float to the bottom, and then it looks like a Betta fish, so it should give him company. And then this one is gonna float, and then he'll be able to see his reflection in the mirror, and then he'll think it's another fish. So he gets exercise 2 ways, plus all the room that he has. And then there's also this thing in here. My mom just actually got this for me, and she said it looks like a frog. I kind of see that it looks like a frog, but there's a hollow thing here, which to me means that you should put it this way in the tank, but then the whole thing isn't going to be facing up, which is stupid. Like, why isn't this facing upwards? You know, it should be so that it's in there like that, you know, straight up, but instead it's going to be sideways on the ground. So like it doesn't, like, you can't even see that that's there. So like, what's the point? So actually, now that I think about it, I'm going to take this one out, and we're going to swap it out for the other one that my mom bought, which is SpongeBob's Pineapple. I don't think this is actually like an official Nickelodeon product, because there's too many windows on the house, and the pineapple isn't quite the right color. It's a little bit too yellow, but because normally his house is kind of an orangey yellow. And then there's also these pebbles on the bottom. So I think we should be ready to put the first bit of water in now. This is so light right now, but it's definitely not going to stay that way. Okay, so, alright. Let's pour this first jug in here and hope that most of it goes in there. This tank, it also has a filter, but for the life of me, I can't figure out where the filter is supposed to attach. The lights are easy because they're built into the lid, but there's also a filter that I guess is supposed to hang here, but there's nothing on the side of this to attach the filter, so it basically looks like you just dangle it, but then if you're not but then it's gonna like go all the way down into the tank, and then it's not gonna do anything. So until I can figure out how to put it in there properly, I'm not gonna put it in. I have it over there and I have all the stuff. I don't like the instructions, because literally the one thing that I need to know how to do for this tank is how to attach the filter properly so that it's gonna work and isn't gonna fall in. And it doesn't show you that. Alright, here we go. Please don't ruin the rocks or the pineapple. Wow. Okay, so that already looks pretty good. Is this sinking? Nope, that looks good. Alright, I don't know if I need like an entire thing of this. That filled it up a lot more, because this is 4 liters and the tank is 2 gallons. So yeah, the gallons is bigger. So I guess I should fill it up like almost all the way, but that kind of seems like a waste though. But like a third of the maybe like a third of the tank isn't used, but if there's enough water for this, well, I guess I should put some more in. I don't know. This is such a complicated process. It's not just like adding water like it was with my old tank. I don't know, because I know that I didn't have like a thing like this. I did eventually buy a filter for that tank, but that had nothing to do with the water. That would just clean out all the poop and stuff in there so that I didn't have to clean it as regularly. And because I had like 5 animals in it, cleaning it was like a pretty big event. Okay, that should be enough. You know what, I should probably move him so that he's like in line with the tank, so that it's just going to be like a simple scoop and then transfer, instead of like holding him in the net and then holding it over the nice countertop. Okay, so I'm gonna move the chair out here, and then let's see if I can actually catch you. I haven't done this before. Like with my old tank, it was huge, and I had a giant net, so I was basically just catching them like all in a group. But with this one, it's okay, buddy. I'm not gonna hurt you, huh? Well, okay. Oh, there we go. Gotcha. Alright, now we're gonna put you in there. Yeah, actually that might be the perfect size. That was easy. Alright, now we're gonna put your little friend in there. And then we're gonna hang your mirror in there too. Alright, so then that's that. So now we have to put the lid on, and then it also has LED lights on it, so...
1 minute, 37 seconds later.
And then we can turn on the LED lights. And now let's see how it glows when I turn off this light. Oh, that's pretty cool. How you doing, buddy? Oh, I was expecting that thing to sink. Okay, well, I don't know if he knows what any of this stuff is yet, but I guess that's about as good as I can get it. For now, anyway. Anyway, that's all the time I have for this episode of the Slash Wrapped. Oh wait, I forgot to tell you. So, like I said, I was gonna name my goldfish Brock, so I still have that name on reserve. So this guy's name, it was actually inspired by one of those Cyanide and Happiness, like full-length cartoon things that they did on YouTube a while ago. And one of the skits was about a giant cat making fun of Clifford, and then they had the theme song where it was Clifford the Big Blue Cat. I always remembered that, so I was looking, I noticed that he's like almost entirely blue, so I thought it would be funny to name him Clifford, but instead of the big blue cat or the big red dog, it's the small blue fish. Clifford the small blue fish. Okay, bye guys.